boy Vince Bass.
The live is 5 minutes in podcast radio.
What's up, everybody? It's your man Vince Bass in the building for the podcast One Voice, One Mic. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is. I'm here in the flesh. It's June 15th. You know what I'm saying? Let's chop it up real quick. Let's talk about it. Told y'all, man, the hottest 5 minutes in podcasting, you dig? So let's get into this Atlanta thing. We ain't even gonna waste time with it, you feel me? So my question is tonight is policy and procedures. Who breaks the code? Who broke the code? Why are we in the place where we at right now? You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, over the weekend, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Brooks, he was murdered by Atlanta PD over the fact that he ran from the police, shot a taser, and watching the video, it showed the officer had the taser in his hand. Then he pulled out his weapon with his right hand. Okay. So at this point, then he shot him in the back twice. Not once, but twice. You would think that if you're trying to just stop somebody, you just shoot him once, but he shot him twice in the back. So now we have a whole different situation here. So both officers, one has been fired, the other one's been placed on administrative leave. But my question is tonight is policy and procedure. Who breaks the code? How is the code broken? Okay, or what gives the right for police officers, primarily most of the police officers that are going through these things are white? Why do they feel that it's necessary to use excessive force all the time when it comes to a black male? When does excessive force, deadly force become okay from the very beginning? Even with this situation, even with the George Floyd situation, the Breonna Taylor situation, Tamir Rice, all the rest of them, when does deadly force become a priority, a number one deterrent versus the use of force? You got use of force and then you have deadly force and excessive force. There are two differences. So after I got finished talking to a girlfriend of mine who's a police officer, she explained to me about the difference between use of force and deadly force. With the use of force is that if a person is resisting arrest or whatever, you can use any means to get them down, tackle them to the ground or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? That's use of force. Deadly force is or excessive force, when you're doing something outside the scope of the procedure of arrest, and that does not qualify as a use of force, but qualifies as excessive force when you know that your life is in danger. That is the only time excessive force can actually be explained, is when you felt that your life was in danger. But again, you know, the people that's going through this are white officers. Why? Let's talk about that for a second, okay? We understand the majority of them being white. Excessive force must be used. They always seem to forget the one thing. And she explained to me that in training, officers are taught that time is on their side. Time is on their side. They can use time to de-escalate a situation very strategically, and more importantly, with less harm, or even come out of it, you know, with a person having less charges or maybe none at all. So let's examine the Atlanta situation. So Mr. Brooks, you know, he was very hospitable and all that other kind of stuff. So we all seen the tape. Now, at what point should the officer have used the judgment and say, yo, listen, let me just lock this car up. Let's get him a call, you know what I'm saying, to his sister, whatever. If he lives right around the corner, that's exactly what it's going to be. I'm not trying to arrest nobody tonight, given the climate in which we live in. So my question would be, what made him just jump off the rails? He was baiting them throughout the whole time. You feel what I'm saying? So we already know about that. So the de-escalation piece already went out the window after he baited him into the breathalyzer, but he wasn't driving or anything, right? So let me explain this to y'all real quick. Also, my friend even said to me, she said to me, if a person is behind the wheel, whether they're driving or not, car could be parked in anything. If the keys are in the ignition, okay, you're a DUI. Because no one can prove whether or not you moved the vehicle from one place to another, but you could be attempting to drive that vehicle. So, you know, there's a lot of ways that you could look at this and say, yo, they didn't have to arrest him or they didn't have to do anything. The bottom line is, you know, and then he admitted to it. He should have just said, yo, this is where I tell everybody, yo, look, stop talking without your lawyer being in present. You feel what I'm saying? Sorry, I declined to answer any questions without the presence of my attorney. These things are simple. But they had it to a place where they talked to him for a whole entire hour. And next thing you know, the hour just blew up, okay? Because of the attempting of arresting this individual. So the question again is, who broke the code? Did he break the code by resisting arrest? Did they break the code when two officers couldn't tackle this guy and bring him down to the ground? What happened to make the officer think that pulling out his weapon, all right, to fire at Mr. Brooks and hitting him twice in the back when Mr. Brooks had a taser that only fired 21 feet? It was well beyond the 21 feet to where he could even get hit with the taser. Okay? Yeah, listen, he could have let that guy go. Yo, run. You know what? You can't outrun radio, bro. You feel me? Yeah, we'll come pick you up later on. We got your car. We got your car keys. We got everything about this car. So, yo, what was the purpose of shooting him? Again, the use of excessive force in play without using the training that they were taught in the academy about time and possible de-escalation. So officers that are motivated by the thrill and the hunt, you feel what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but I just think that's what it is. It's the thrill and the hunt. But, you know, again, it's not just Atlanta. It's not just Atlanta police officers. It's all around us. When black males encounter police officers, two factors are in the meeting. It's a head-on meeting, okay? Black men feel like the police are going to kill them. So you automatically are at disadvantage of saying to yourself, yo, you know what? You put your hands on me, we're about to go. All right. You can ask me commands, I'll follow. But even then still, it's been times where even though we follow the commands, somebody end up dead anyway. And then you have white police officers that see threat first, rationalization of the thought is last. In between that, the excessive force is imminent. And that is the reality of it, ladies and gentlemen. When you have people that are out here that feel like they're judge, jury, and executioner, all of the training has gone out the window. Whatever happened to the use of time? Whatever happened to de-escalating the situation? I remember when we had police officers around my projects or, you know what I'm saying, in my school, whatever. It wasn't about, let me go ahead and make collars. You feel what I'm saying? It's about me keeping the community and the streets safe. Okay. If I can help you get to where you need to get to without arresting you, I'm going to do that. And you know what? Not everybody is me, and not everybody's even my friend. Not even everybody, all of the friends that I have on the police force, because I know that my friends that I have from growing up with them in when we were younger in the hood, you feel me? They are not all up. They're not about that, but it's not like they're not doing their job. They're doing their job. They're being community first. Okay. They're not worried about getting a collar, increasing their possibility of making detective and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Doing things by the book. If they're truly doing things by the book, you will understand that the purpose of time, it will allow you to de-escalate a situation to the point where either you can do the person, if he has to get or she has to get arrested, minimal situation will take place. Okay. But, and we got to get back to that. Officers, y'all got to get back to that. Like I said, it's not all officers are bad, and I'll never say that they are. But I could definitely tell you this. You definitely have these many of these white officers that are just thinking excessive force first, all because they see the black man as the threat. Okay. So anyway, man, that's my time, man. I thought it was going to be 5 minutes, but I got it out here to 10. You feel me? So look, man, check it out. I got some podcasts coming up. I'm going to definitely talk about Miss Candace Owens. Okay. And I'm going to talk about Nick DiPolio. I think that's his name. Delapo, whatever his name. He's a comedian. But anyway, he chopped up a video with Candace Owens in it, talking about the George Floyd situation, and I'm definitely not feeling what he did. You feel what I'm saying? But definitely I want to talk about the Candace Owens situation in reference to how she is referencing and representing Black America, not in the wrong light. Won't say that, but she is still a representation of Black America, and that's the one thing that she has got to get through her head. That's just another story. But yo, it's my time, man. It's your man Vince Pass with one voice, one mic. I'ma holler at y'all. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later. We up out of here. Peace.